Hello and welcome back to the channel. Interesting question here. We currently have this thing flying through our solar system really fast, and it's doing things that normal comets wouldn't do. So the question is it something else beyond a comet? And I'm going to put up the preposterous question, is 3I Atlas some kind of intelligent being like the fifth element? I know it sounds completely conspiratorial. However, most of us have not been paying attention to this item flying through our solar system since July and what it's doing. Our best scientists have been observing these things since July using our best technology, long-range telescopes, radio telescopes, satellites, etc. And there's also a rumor that NASA has cut off the civilian data feed that would allow the common man to discern what this thing is doing. Why would they do that? Another rumor is that the military is very concerned with all this. And when the military is concerned, that means they take it as a possible threat, and their defense systems are on alert. This thing, which has been named 3I Atlas because it's the third interstellar visitor into our solar system since 2017. That first interstellar object was named Oumuamua, which roughly translates to the Scout in Polynesian. It had some unusual characteristics also. However, it was deemed somewhat normal. The only thing that was unusual is that it kept flipping upside down and it had a cigar shape before it left our solar system. The next interstellar visitor we had came in 2019, and it was named 2I Borisov. This one had all the characteristics of a normal comet. It was not really a concern to scientists because it came into our solar system and left as a normal comet would. But 3I Atlas is defying everything we know of what a comet should be. It is not acting like a normal comet. In fact, it is moving so fast with speeds at over 130,000 miles per hour, or Mach 175 for all you speed geeks. For perspective, our fastest hypersonic experimental plane has only reached Mach 9.6. It appears to be making thrust vectoring corrections as it passes through our solar system. Now, keep in mind, the Sun, Mercury, all these planets have their own gravity, and that gravity pulls anything flying through our solar system. But 3I Atlas is so fast and so big, like 10 times bigger than Oumuamua was, that it's defying the gravity pull of all these planets, including the Sun. And at some point, it looks like it's making these course corrections for some reason. Thrust vectoring course corrections are an indication of intelligence, not nature. So why do I think it's a fifth element type of being approaching us? Good question, because our observation of UAPs or UFOs always seem to be that these things move at these incredible speeds. In other words, they can create wormholes, they can transverse like 13,000 miles an hour in the blink of an eye. In the movie The Fifth Element, we have this scenario where this giant evil planet thing is heading toward us, and it's moving at a linear rate. So the premise of this movie is that some ancient prophecy shows this thing is coming, and then there's only one thing that can stop it, and it's this thing called the fifth element. So the fifth element has been called upon to save us from this giant evil planet thing. So when the fifth element is traveling through space, it gets attacked by other evil beings on Earth and outer space to try to stop it. And what I'm getting to is that the fifth element ship is moving at a linear rate also. It is not moving like a UFO or UAP. It's traveling through space like a normal spaceship, possibly like 3I Atlas. So why would we need a fifth element right now? Well, look at the Earth and the turmoil it's in right now. We have the Ukraine-Russia war, it's in its third year now and escalating. We have immigration issues all over the world, specifically in the United States and Europe. We have the Hamas-Israeli conflict. In other words, The world is in chaos as always, and maybe something has come here to help us. Is Three-Eye Atlas this magical savior I speak of? Maybe. I doubt if it's going to be a really hot babe with red hair and a skimpy suit coming out doing karate and talking in a strange language, but hear me out. We are in an age where we're trying to make space travel easier, more commercialized. We're sending goofy people into space just for fun now, which means at some point we will be able to extend further. Elon Musk and the SpaceX program, they're trying to get to Mars. That is not impossible anymore. But humans are very immature. What are we trying to get to these other planets? We're trying to beat other countries to these other planets. We're trying to harvest all these rich elements that they may have, which will eventually lead to war and other nefarious things. One theory about Mars is that it was at some point inhabited. They have found very strange radioisotopes in the soil, which means a nuclear detonation would have had to take place there at some point, maybe in ancient times, millions of years ago, but whatever it was, it might have destroyed the entire planet. And a theory is that we're the remnants of the people that were in Mars. I know, sounds crazy. If all that was even halfway true, Three-Eye Atlas might be the savior to come stop us from doing these things. Now, when I say savior, I don't mean a Jesus Christ-like entity or anything like that, but just something that is more advanced than we are, but not super advanced. Of course, it could be something else too, and we certainly hope it's not any bad things like, the Independence Day aliens and other wicked things that we've seen in the movies. We're kind of looking for more like the E.T. type alien, friendly, with its first words being, "I come in peace," instead of "take me to your leader and surrender all your weapons" type of aliens or predators or anything else like that. So where is Three-Eye Atlas right now? In the past week, its trajectory took it behind the sun where we can't see it right now. The strangest thing was that scientists said it appeared to slow down, more thrust vectoring or something, before it entered this area around the sun that we cannot see. It's going to reappear around the 29th of October 2025, where it will be the closest to the sun in between the orbits of Earth and Mars. Now here is where it gets interesting. That is a calculated trajectory as to where AI Atlas should go, because our projected trajectory is that this thing should slingshot away from us and out of our solar system and go back to wherever it came from in outer space. However, if it comes from beyond the sun and it starts vectoring toward Earth, we may have a problem. But what if it's not a problem? What if it's an alien presence that's going to come here and say hello, or maybe something worse? I'm not losing any sleep over this yet, but I am very, very engaged and interested to see what's going to happen when this thing appears beyond the sun on October 29th. So I only see a few options here. One is that it's simply another interstellar object, one of many to come in the future, and it's going to slingshot away from us right back into deep space. Two, perhaps it is an artificial intelligence, but it's just a drone or a scout or a probe. It may send a signal to us and say hello, or we may send the signal back to it, and it's just going to keep going on its merry way. Three, it is an alien presence inside of this ship, and it's going to stop and it's going to make itself known to us. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Bruce Willis, Chris Tucker, and the red-haired hot babe coming to save the Earth. It's going to be something else. And lastly, our worst case scenario, it's an invading alien force and they're coming to wipe us out. So my goal here is not to scare anybody. It's just to make them aware that there are things happening in the universe that we don't pay attention to at any given moment, since we have so many little petty problems here on Earth. Do I think Three-Eye Atlas is really the fifth element? Not really. However, it is behaving strangely, and I'm waiting to see what that's going to turn out to be. If you like this video or you dislike this video, let me know in the comments. And as a courtesy, please hit like and subscribe. This is a YouTube thing, and it does help me out on my channel, and I would appreciate anything you will do in that regard. Thank you for watching.